Hey my loves, welcome back to Sensational Sense, where I help you glow up from the inside out. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, fix that now by hitting the bell and join the growing community of sensational ladies all over the world. Okay my darlings, so today we are diving deep to talk about the habit that most women are conditioned to have from a very young age, that normally ends up in them missing out on the life that they wanted. Yes, ladies, it's that deep. So watch this video to the end to save yourself years of resentment, anger, frustration, and unfulfillment. Now, women don't develop this habit intentionally. It develops through socialization and societal expectations on what it means to be a good girl. Think about it. What comes to mind when you think about the behaviors that are reinforced in young girls? Putting other people first, being accommodating, and never showing any raw emotions such as anger, competitiveness, or fierceness. Now, don't get me wrong. Being completely selfish, never accommodating others, and always being angry, competitive, and fierce is not going to lead to a healthy life. However, completely suppressing and ignoring this part of yourself is also going to lead to unhappiness. So let me tell you the truth. All that people-pleasing, all that self-sacrifice, all that me-last mentality isn't consideration, it isn't kindness, it isn't empathy, it's self-abandonment. The number one habit responsible for so much unhappiness in women. In this video, I'm going to share with you the sneaky ways you're doing it, how it's blocking your blessings, and what to do instead. So let's go. The first way you abandon yourself is by ignoring your instincts. Think about it. Your instincts are nature's way of telling you what you need to do. But every time you get the inkling that something is unsafe and you still proceed, every time you get the instinct to say no, but you say yes, you are abandoning yourself, stepping away from your truth, stepping away from your core to serve somebody else. And in the process, you're keeping their company while leaving yourself all alone. The second way you're self-abandoning is by not having clear boundaries. Now, you know I love a boundaried babe, and I've got a video on how to become one. But every time you override something that's important to you to serve somebody else, you are leaving yourself alone. And you are essentially saying that what matters to me is less important than what matters to you, which trains other people to do the same and to essentially take you for granted. The third way you're self-abandoning is by people-pleasing, showing up in the way that other people want you to show up, putting on the mask and meeting their expectations instead of honoring your truth. Now, I've made a video about the consequences of doing this and why you need to put yourself first. So have a look at that to avoid being a people pleaser and to learn to start honoring your truth. Another way that women often self-abandon is through perfectionism, which is tied to procrastination, something that I've got a video on, so make sure you check those out. But every time you insist that something has to be perfect, you step away from the truth, because often the truth isn't perfect. It's just real. And by saying to yourself that I can only show up if I do it perfectly, I can only be seen if everything about me is 100% on point, you are abandoning the reality that you, like everybody else, is a flawed but nonetheless lovable human being. So what now? We've talked about the ways that you abandon yourself, but how do we fix it? Well, step one is cultivating self-awareness. Now, in my video about shadow work, I talk about how you can look into the things that trigger and irritate you and get clues on the things that you need to work on. So have a look at that video to find out how you can uncover your shadow self and start to embody some of those more quote unquote selfish characteristics that you suppress. Becoming self-aware allows you to notice what your go-to is. What's your default? What do you do in high-pressure situations? So becoming aware of the ways that you abandon yourself and the people that you do it around is the first step to correcting this pattern. Next up is honoring yourself one decision at a time, taking baby steps. If you're tired, rest. If you don't want to go to an event, don't. Honoring your truth. If you're angry, admitting that you're angry. Not lashing out, not punching someone in the face, just owning the truth of your emotions. If you're sad, allowing yourself to feel that sadness and not putting pressure on yourself to perform outside of the emotion that you're truly feeling. So taking small steps to honor your reality moment by moment is another way to overcome self-abandonment, regardless of what the consequences might be. My final tip in this video on how to stop abandoning yourself is to cultivate a deep sense of self-love. Now, I speak a bit more about this in my video on how to love yourself, aka how to be your own Valentine, but essentially speaking to yourself kindly, telling yourself that it's okay for you to feel your feelings is another way to heal from self-abandonment. Overcoming the shame attached to your truth and allowing yourself to live in your truth will make it harder and harder to step away from yourself in those moments where you feel compromised. So take that time to speak to yourself kindly, be gentle with yourself, and change your inner voice from a critic to a cheerleader. I hope you found this video helpful, my loves, and check out the description of this video and also my playlist to glow up even more and solidify all the knowledge that you've got from this video. I can't wait to see you again soon. Until the next one, mwah.